I'm a little confused. We just did a video on Sony's Link Buds, whose claim to fame is that they've got this donut-shaped hole in the middle, allowing ambient sound to pass through, giving them effectively an open-backed sound. Sony then followed up on these with the Link Buds S, the opposite of that. The Link Buds S are an active noise-canceling product that do not have any kind of open-backed sound pass-through design. They just use software to allow you to hear the sound around you, just like, well, any other ANC earphones. My questions are two then. A, Sony, why did you use the Link Buds name to describe something so totally different? And B, why should I care about, wow, okay, they're really light. Sony says these are the smallest and lightest true wireless active noise canceling earphones, and they are astonishingly light. Here's one of our ANC mics. You can see that right there. Here's our charging contacts. Here's the proximity sensor, so it can tell if it's in your ear. They've got this cool new software feature that's kind of like a soundtrack to your life. They're supposed to know where you are and what you're doing. So, right after you get off of a call, they might behave in a certain way. Or if you put them in your ears, maybe they just start auto-playing music for you. Right here, that looks like our either microphone or microphone array for voice pickup. These might actually be around the same size as the AirPods Pros. I still haven't found something to replace them day to day. The FP8s from LG are so close, but the shape of the carrying case is just not as ideal. I mean, the Link Buds are super cool, but I do need ANC. That's a feature I care about a lot. There's just nothing that beats the pocketability of this for me. And you can see even now on the Link Buds S, Sony's carrying case is markedly thicker, but in terms of its X and Y, it's actually about darn near the same. The thing is, if the not Apples of the world were offering substantially more battery life or features out of this extra bulk, it would be a lot easier to forgive, but in general, they're not. This one is rated at 20 hours of battery life in the case, plus 6 from the earphones themselves for a total of about 26, which is solid, but not groundbreaking. One thing that's really cool that I'm noticing though is they've got this kind of ribbed texture on the silicone ear tips that I would think, I mean, this is just intuitively speaking, I don't have any empirical evidence for it, but I would think would help them stay in your ears more easily. Wow, those are, man, like I can tell in my hand that they're small, but these are really compact. I do not anticipate that there would be any challenges whatsoever, even sleeping with these in, and I could not imagine a scenario where I could get them out of my ears. They haven't budged at all, not even a little. Touch-sensitive controls on the sides, so let's just figure out what all the buttons do. I'm assuming a long press is, hey, there we go. I'm in, oh, that's the temporary feature that I screwed up on the XM5 unboxing. So that's working perfectly fine. I will say that with an in-ear, it's not as comfortable because you're kind of pushing it into your ear. I mean, I guess, okay, it works a little better if you just have your whole hand against the side of your head. It's still, I'd say, not as comfortable as if you had an over the ear. And I'd like to see a bit of a shorter delay on it personally, but then I could see running into trouble where if you are just adjusting your hair or something like that, you could, what just happened? I went like this and it's like, da-da-da. Did I just change the mode? Now it's in transparency mode all the time. Credit to Sony. They've done an excellent job of the transparency mode on this, at least as far as my own voice is concerned. I haven't really heard you guys talk much yet, but
you look pretty good.
Yeah, that's extremely natural sounding. It's hard to get both right. It's hard to get the sound of the speaker right and the sound of the surroundings right, but Sony has done, to my quick ears, an excellent job of that. I never really talked about charging. The case supports wireless charging. There's also a USB-C input here. I like this. Maybe it's old-fashioned, but just give me a frickin' pairing button. I don't wanna have to remember a special dance for every stupid device in my life. Just put a pairing button on things, you hold the button, they go into pairing mode. There, I'm over it. I do like the whole magical pairing experience thing, but as a backup, I just want that hardware button. See, even Apple still does it. This video is brought to you by iFixit. iFixit wants you to join the Right to Repair movement by providing excellent step-by-step guides as well as tools that you need to replace batteries that are integrated into your devices or to repair them. With support for over 30,000 devices, you are sure to find something that you can give new life to. So don't wait, visit ifixit.com, which we're gonna have linked down below to see what device you can breathe some new life into. All right, nerds, normal audio. Definitely an impressive demo, you know, it really does sound like the audio is coming from here and you're in this space where it's reflecting off all the walls and everything. But if you pre-record it, getting that kind of imaging into a stereo source is kind of trivial. So I don't know if they've actually processed this from that same original file or if they're just kind of cheating. Wow, I normally try to evaluate this much earlier in the process for an active noise canceling headphone, but never mind the just general hums of the studio, which are completely gone. I could barely hear you guys talking from like, I don't know, 6, 7 feet away.
Hi Lance, how are you doing today?
That's really good. And I didn't even stop to think that the active noise canceling was on because it doesn't have any kind of pressure feeling. There's nothing unpleasant about having it activated. Available operations on the left unit. Okay, noise canceling, ambient sound. Hello? Wow, you've kind of really got to mash on it though, which to be clear is probably a good thing because you don't want to be laying on a pillow or, you know, just brushing against it and having it activate, so I get it. I will say that compared to a more rounded shape here, this flatter shape right along the back here is not as comfortable for me. So when I press, if I were to press on this in my ear, it has more to brace on, you know, in the outer part of my ear. Whereas with this one, when I press on it to activate something, I am jamming that thing further into my ear.
Linus, could you lean back a tiny bit?
Sorry?
Could you lean back a tiny bit?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just.
The noise canceling works.
By default, the right side has functions already bound. Tap, double tap, triple tap. I wish the double and triple tap registered a little faster. It's amazing what a difference good active noise canceling makes to how loud you feel like you have to turn up your music. Like there's a strong argument to be made for just springing for ANC, just to make sure you're not turning up your music so loud that you're gonna damage your ears. Different EQ presets are here. Honestly, these have a more balanced sound right out of the box than the XM5s did. That's annoying. That's the thing about touch controls, man. I do like the stem squeeze on the AirPods Pros. Touch, anytime you go to adjust them, you're liable to control something.
Did you hear the train?
Oh, I don't even have active noise canceling on right now. I'm just in passive mode.
Oh, what?
Yeah, no, it's just off right now. Because they isolate noise well. That's why I thought the branding was so confusing, because the regular Link Buds are all about letting ambient noise through. Well, let's throw on the noise canceling. Like, is it doing things? Yeah, I have no awareness of that whatsoever.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
We are going to be finalizing which head and torso we're going to be using for audio reviews on LTT moving forward. Probably today. I think we're actually sending back the other one tomorrow. So we can get you guys real numbers, but I would bet at least lunch with our new audio guy that these have extremely strong ANC. To my ear, they also sound excellent right out of the box as well. I'm liking them. At $199, yeah, you got my attention, Sony. Killer. Subscribe.